when you are face to face with somebody, there's an exchange of what I call honest signals, the kind of synchrony that I have with you, Charles, when we're talking. You know, I make eye contact with you. I can read the expression on your face. If you start to get a little bored with what I'm saying, I'll change the topic. If you lean back and push away from the table, I know that, you know, maybe you don't believe what I'm saying at that very moment. There are all sorts of signals that you can get in there, scientific studies that show that we're really very highly attuned to being able to read those signals in the here and now. That doesn't really exist online, for better or worse, but mostly worse. And the second is that there isn't really that, I would say, hormonal hit that happens. You know, when I came in this morning and I, you know, was happy to see you and we shook hands and, you know, if it was Quebec, there would have been, you know, kisses on both cheeks and so on. That you think is just part of the language of business, for example. But actually there's a little hit of oxytocin, which is an analgesic, damps down pain and stress, and it actually has cognitive effects. That's all missing online. Plus there's little signals about whether I can trust you, should I do business with you? Should I leave my child with you? All of these things are really not available to you on the internet. And so that's why there's a lot of scamming, of course. There's a lot of people whose expectations aren't met because commonly we conflate the two. And talking about what's going on with kids in education, there's a huge, I would say, misplaced excitement about technology in the classroom right now, where there's billions being spent by governments with almost no proof that it improves academic performance. And it's, I would say, one of the most provocative and shocking ideas to me that governments and school boards would go ahead with projects that actually have no empirical basis. So in fact, like if you compare something like, and economists have done that, if they compare 1 year with an excellent teacher, very well-trained teacher, excellent teacher in middle school, can boost a whole bunch of outcomes, like it boosts the kids' grades, it predicts whether the child will drop out of university, will finish university, predicts what kind of college they'll go to. It even predicts a $200,000 boost in income eventually, predicts what kind of neighborhood. It's amazing what 1 year with a good teacher can do, which is astounding, and that's not the only study, even when you control for income. And there is no piece of software out there on earth that can come even close to that. So, so I mean, I think a lot of that has to do with the banter and the interaction that happens in the here and now.